Order. And first item on the agenda, I guess I turn that over to Bob.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hammond.
Thank you.
We have 4 bids. We opened last week and went to each department and got recommendations from them. I'll give you their reasoning for the recommendations they are making and then see how that goes. Let's do the magazine bid first. As you see, there were 5 bids returned. We have had at least a couple of those, Popular and Discount Magazine. Discount Magazine, and we were pleased with both of them. Discount Magazine is the overall low bid, and we recommend go with Discount Magazine for low bid and good service.
What, I just don't know, what do we do, what is magazine?
Those are for the high school libraries. We still buy magazines in high school libraries. Excuse me, school libraries, period. It's across the system.
Okay,
So I guess they're still utilized quite a bit for
Well,
magazines.
they order the basically, they'll substitute sometimes. They order basically the same ones each year. So I think probably classrooms do use them. And, or surely good as we can spend our money. We think it's kind of, it's interesting if nothing else, but they do order each year.
do you know, do they just buy them because they've always bought them, or do we have any evidence that anybody really uses them?
Well, each school is different. They have a different list.
Yeah.
And those elementary schools, a lot of them have highlights and different things like that. The high schools, sometimes I can read them and they're more interest
Yeah.
magazines. Others are content-based, so
Yeah.
it's just a mix of different things. And the librarians request them every year, so I'm assuming they are used.
So which one did you say?
Discount
Discount.
out of Fort Myers, Florida.
So can we make a motion, Mr. Chairman?
You want to put that in the form of a motion?
I'll put that in form
Okay.
of motion.
I'll second
All
it.
right. Have a first and a second motion. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Or Mr. Flainer.
All opposed?
What? Yeah, I emailed it to you. Alright, bye.
Okay. The next item you had for
Okay. The second item is duplicating paper.
He really isn't a tractor.
Are you kidding me?
He really isn't a tractor.
Sure enough.
Jennifer, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Turn the air off, man.
Is it too loud?
Over here.
Let me figure this out.
What are we doing while we're waiting? What is this
Paper.
paper?
Is that still too loud on you all?
No.
No, you're fine.
Oh.
Whatever's good for you, bud.
I know you mean that, Mr. Dave.
That's all we care about, ain't it?
Okay, the next item is duplicating paper, and we purchased 1,900 cases for the beginning of school, and that'll last us most of the school year. That's all schools, Midway, and central office. And sometimes some schools will come back and say, I didn't get enough, I'll need some more, and we can reorder. Now, the low bid is Liberty Paper out of Los Angeles, California, $22.40 per case. We looked at the product, they sent us we asked for product samples, and we looked at the product sample, and it wasn't the quality we're usually using, and that is an issue because it'll jam. I'm not saying they will jam, but it's not the high quality that we've been using. They will jam our copiers, they'll mess up our rollers and things like that if we don't have a certain kind of paper. And then we have the next one is Contract Paper Group. That's the next lowest bid, $23.86 a case. And that's a decent, Fast Copy is a decent product. We've used it before. They're at the very bottom, the third lowest, which is 30 cents different per case than the one from Ohio, is Tennessee Office Supply, which is a local company. Local money stays here if you're interested in that. And Smart Copy is the choice. It's just what we're using right now, and we're getting good service from Tennessee Office Supply. So of the two that would be acceptable, Tennessee Office Supply would be 30 cents more per case, but we get really good service. They keep part of our inventory until we have it delivered later in the year. It's a good local product.
Susan, it's 3 cents difference, not 30.
Excuse me. It is 3 cents difference. Sorry, it is 3 cents difference. $23.89 versus $23.86, and that's per case. Our recommendation would be Tennessee Office Supply. The Smart Copy product is what we're using now, and what the folks that have looked at it and tried the samples have said that they would prefer the Smart Copy.
Do you have a question?
Chad, did you have a question? We can't.
Can't hear you.
Unmute.
No.
No.
Can't hear you.
Now can you hear me?
Yes.
I'll get her figured out in a minute. I'm glad this ain't a long meeting. I just say make a motion, we go with the Tennessee Office Supply up here in Johnson City. That's okay, Mr. Chairman?
All right, fine with me.
Second.
Mr. Day seconds. Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries to go to the full meeting.
Thank you. The third item is motor oil, and we had 4 bid documents returned. We had 1 no bid, so we had 3 bids returned. Well, yes, we had 1 company that sent in 2 bids. Greenville Petroleum is what we've been using. Hutchins Rents Edens out of, let me check where they were from. Hang on just a second. They are out of Morristown, Tennessee. Greenville bid Shell Oil, motor oil. Hutchins bid Phillips 66 and their own brand, which is Pride Plus. It's an off-brand that we don't know what it is. So, Greenville Petroleum bulk, the per gallon bulk is $8.39 per gallon. Their Phillips 66 at Hutchins Rents Edens is $8.39 a gallon as well. Now, their other brand, their own brand is $7.25. Tony Roberts does not recommend that because he doesn't know, he knows what the weight is and everything for it, but he's not comfortable with going anything but Shell or Phillips 66. And as far as buying oil, we had another bid in there that Tony didn't tell me to take out, and he just didn't tell me, we'll do it next year. We are not buying oil by the quart. It's very much higher if you buy it from Greenville Petroleum than you do if you buy it out of Marshtown. But he said we didn't buy any last year, and he meant to take that out of the bid. So we're only really looking at gallon bulk delivered, and he recommends we go with Greenville Petroleum because it matches low price for brands that he's comfortable with, and we have good service, he says, out of Greenville Petroleum.
Do you have a motion to do, or accept Greenville Petroleum bid?
I'll make a motion, we accept Greenville Petroleum.
Second.
All right. First and second motion, any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries.
And the last item is tires, and it's kind of awkward to look at the two. I've got paper copies here that I'm looking at to look at the two different bids, because we have 100 tires bid that are all-season tires, and we have 150 tires bid that are driving tires. And you'll have to ask Tony what the difference is. We, in the past several years, have been bidding Michelin. We bid Michelin only one year. We added Goodyear to it for last year or two. I can't remember how long it's been. And we were only bidding those brands, and our attorney has advised us to not bid a brand, and we kind of got by with it, I guess, for a while. And he said, you know, you can state a brand and equal to or better than Michelin, equal to or better than Goodyear or whatever. So all these companies that bid the tires, they brought samples, and Tony is very comfortable with, there's one off-brand group there from Snyder. They've bid EHT and Encounter HT tire that he's not familiar with, and he's not comfortable recommending that. Those are two, they're low bids. They're not the low bid, I don't think. They're not. But the other tires, he felt like were comparable. Michelin's are much more expensive. Tony had been asked, or it might have been Randy, I don't know, someone was asked before to check the tire wear on having Michelin's on the vehicles, and he does not see a significant difference for the price, and he doesn't see a significant difference in wear, ability to wear it. So Tony's recommendation is the low bid from Southern Tire Mart on the 100 all-season tires. That's at low bid $103.01. And he's recommending the low bid of the tire that he knows, which is Hankook from Snyder Fleet out of Kingsport, $267.88 per tire, giving us a grand total of $50,483, and that's low bid, using two different companies. One is Firestone, one is Hankook, and he's very comfortable with both those tires.
I can't remember all, I have to make a motion.
we put that in the form of a motion?
That's up to the chairman.
Yes, please.
Put that in the form of a motion.
Okay, have a
I'll second that, yeah.
Have a first and a second motion, any discussion? I just have one question, so we can't, is that the same with like box vans? Like if we prefer a Ford product or a Chevrolet product? I wonder if-
I don't know, because the last vehicles we bought have been off the state bid.
Probably didn't specify a certain make, just
I don't know if they would, if the state bid Chevrolets or bid in one group and Fords in another, I'm not sure what they did, but when we bought last time, like vehicles, and we could buy tires off the state bid, we just have never done that. We've tried to stay local, doing that, and, with Buy Board, we've used Buy Board for some products, and, we've been, successful in some, and some, they just don't have our product, but, these are both local, they're not local to Washington County, but they're both in Kingsport. We bought tires out of North Carolina once before, and got good service, so, you know, it's not, these are great companies.
thank you. All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries to take to the full board.
That's it, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Meeting adjourned.
All right. That was a nice